Bonjour, salut, ça va? Nope, you're not wrong. This really is Amazon Ads Raw Daily, episode 41. It's Tuesday, the 20th of June, and you are correct with this podcast. The interesting news I have for you today are one is about Amazon, and Amazon currently has an event in France, in Cannes. They are doing an event which is called Amazon Port. Most likely it's at the port of Cannes, and it's an Amazon marketing event where they invite sellers, vendors, agencies, and everyone working in the Amazon ads world and industry, maybe even tool providers, and they all talk about different topics and so on and so forth. And the interesting thing about this event is actually not the event itself, but the fact that Amazon has opened up their advertising business for traditional B2B marketing, whatever kind of engagements. And this is just since last year. So Amazon has understood the ad business, the ad unit they are creating is driving a significant revenue and contribution profit to their overall business. And for these kind of business, businesses, you need to have a good relationship with the people paying you the money. Basically, that's all your sellers and your advertisers, which is again then the agencies and even the tool providers. So Amazon has started to do more of these kind of promotions. I know that last year in Germany, when I was speaking at an event, which is the Merchant Day in Hamburg. By the way, it's also happening this year again in September. So check out Amazon Merchant Day. I will be speaking there together with my colleague Andy this year about sponsored brand ads and our top 10 tips. And the organizer of that event told me last year that Amazon actually, or not the organizer, Amazon itself, they told me that this is the first, let's say, major event they're actually sponsoring, where they participate. And I've seen their big booth at the OMR conference in Hamburg this year. And now this Cannes event also seems like a very, very big event. So they're investing lots of money in these kind of events to basically foster and engage their relationships with these advertisers and so on and so forth. So it seems Amazon has understood that this is now necessary. Google is doing these things already for years and years. Before I started working in an agency and do online marketing, I actually was working for a company which did Google events in Germany and Switzerland and Austria. And we've been organizing lots of these B2B events to either train people. I was responsible for an educational project called Google Partners, where we trained agencies to use Google Ads and Google Analytics, and also certified these people. And Amazon is now understanding, or has now understood, this is necessary, this is important, and they are doing this now. And another interesting fact came from John Durkitz on LinkedIn this morning or yesterday evening, showing how much Amazon is actually spending on ads and promotions themselves. And last year, it seems they've spent above $20 billion in total on their advertising and on their promotions. And Amazon is, with that, either the biggest advertiser in the world or close to be the biggest advertisers. Historically, Procter & Gamble usually had this kind of position as the biggest advertiser in the world, but it's, I think, at least a head-to-head race with Amazon now, as they're spending more and more. And how I see, and my opinion on that is, their ad business is making, I don't know how many billions a year, more than 20. And so they can invest some of this very high margin revenue into their own advertising and promotions to accelerate user growth, to accelerate whatever, to foster relationships, and so on and so forth. So it does make sense, and with that they can supercharge their flywheel again, kind of taking the fees we all pay in terms of advertising dollars and putting that in their own advertising to increase customer acquisition and increase customer retention. All right, that's the first story, and that's about it for Amazon for today. The other two stories I have for you are on artificial intelligence, which is also a very interesting topic since a couple of months. One quick news I read yesterday is the Chinese company ByteDance, which is the mother company of TikTok. They signed an agreement with NVIDIA to buy NVIDIA GPUs, graphic processing units. So the chips basically you'll need in a data center to make huge calculations for large language models, AI models, whatever kind of usage. And they signed and bought these NVIDIA GPUs, which were worth $1 billion US dollars. So they signed a contract to buy $1 billion worth of NVIDIA GPUs. So AI race is getting insane. But the bigger news I wanted to share with you guys is also Meta is playing the AI game. Actually, Mark Zuckerberg already 10 years ago understood AI will be interesting, and they are having people working on AI topics since 10 years. So the AI divisions at Meta, they are not bad. They have just failed until now to basically come up with a user-faced AI system which is really breakthrough and which is really adopted. Similar to, or not similar, contrary to ChatGPT, which was like fast adopted from hundreds of millions of users. But the teams working at Meta on AI topics, they're also very smart. They have lots of great minds working on that, and some of the pioneers of that whole area as well. And their newest introduction was Voicebox. This is what they call the most versatile AI for speech generation, and I'll share the link in the commentary section. I'll share the link in the in the description of the episode. And it's basically a generative AI tool where you can either put in some text and then let it read from a machine, let it read out loud. You're getting an audio file basically, and you can choose what kind of voice you want to have. Do you want a male voice, a female voice? Should it be like in this style, on this style? So there's many different angles to somebody basically turning that text into speech. You can also use it to modify existing audio files. So for example, I'm recording something and then a dog is barking in the background. Now, if I'm doing a one-take podcast recording, I have two options. Either I do the take again, or somebody will hear the dog barking in the background. Or if I'm or I need to cut that part out and I need to record that part again and then kind of glue everything together. And with this new AI voice box from Meta, you can just put it into the AI and it will remove the barking from the file, from the audio file, and many more things. And this is very interesting as it's opening up lots of opportunities. So for example, I'm already thinking about, instead of talking with you into the microphone and recording that, I could just write up something and then an AI is reading it in my voice basically. Maybe I'm already doing this and you've not realized it. All right, last news, because we're already over the 10 minutes mark. It comes from Google and it's also AI topic. Google has introduced, and this is very, very interesting, as it is for e-commerce. This voice thing is interesting as well, but I'm not seeing tons of e-commerce use cases for that at the moment. But Google has released a shopping AI tool. It's called Virtually Try On Clothes, or it's a new, I don't know how it's called, but it's what it does is you can virtually try on clothes. And I will link you the blog article also in the description. There's a video showing you how it's actually working. You can see the mobile device. Somebody is looking for a product. In this particular video, it's a shirt, a soft short sleeve polo shirt for women, and the AI basically gives you a carousel with different models, let's say, in different sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, and different skin colors as well. And then you basically click, so you just see one shirt, how you would see it as at every e-commerce app or company. You see the product, and usually the product comes with one model shot, or even without a model. Now, what the AI is doing, it basically adds another layer where you can select different sizes and different models, and the shirt is generated on top of these different people. So you would see how the shirt fits to your size and your style and your skin colors and so on and so forth. So it's basically helping you to better see how the shirt would look like with your personal body size and shape. Because, and that's the thing where all these companies need to work on, most of the actual product shots are done with models. The industry has changed over the last years a little bit to also introduce models which do not fit, which fit more into the general public people shapes, and they are not all super trained models. But still, if I'm shopping, and I'm only shopping online for clothes, most of the stuff I'm looking at comes from super tall, super fit, super trained male models, which might have the same height as I have, but they don't have the same size as I am. So this can help people to get a better sense of how the product actually looks like, and it could be a game changer in the e-commerce world, reducing the amount of returns, increasing conversion rates, and that's something everybody in the e-commerce world would love to see. Thank you all very much for listening today. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Hear you tomorrow. Bye-bye.